Welcome back to our coverage of the Veterans for Vets tournament at the farm at Quail Valley. I'm Danny, joined here by Eric McCabe. And if you missed the front nine, they're playing a Veterans for Vets events, which is a tournament in a box that you can do to raise funds for your local veterans organization. And we have Coda Hatfield, Logan Harpool, Isaiah Esquivel, and our very own Eric McCabe on the card. And it's been a bit of a struggle bus so far because they're playing in the snow, and it's a bit of a hard time out there, but.
It is. It's tough, but snow's, it makes for good video, right? Like everybody wants to see people struggle, so here you go.
It's always a fun time in the snow. Let's jump into the back nine.
Let's do it. All right, guys, so hole number 10 on the back nine to start off, 322 feet downhill through this gap. If you've got a massive big arm, you can go big hyzer over the top. But in my opinion, the shot here, I just love that. Just on a rope, dead straight, right at it. It's just such a beautiful line.
It's a tight gap though, and it's really late in the shot, so it's hard to get a shot down there to the green.
Kind of like that. I just stalled it off a little bit. Didn't quite pull it to the right like I wanted.
Logan's going for an interesting line here. I can see it.
He just laughs it off though.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I just don't see that big forehand, but that's me.
I mean.
Now here's the big hyzer.
Wow. That is smashed.
And right there.
That's a really great result too.
That's a good spot to be. Got Isaiah going a more traditional line with that verdict and just pulled it right. That's the one miss you don't want to do. The right side, that cedar tree is just gnarly, just nasty.
I like to say the cedars around here have fingers. They just pull the discs in.
Dang, that was a cool view. It was all like he was blurred out.
It's artistic.
Yeah, it was very artistic.
Definitely not just the camera focused on the grass instead.
Sure. Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, you can see what you have from in that cedar. It is rough.
What is this, number 4 forehand of the day?
4 forehand. Wow. That's like doubling career.
Yeah, it is. It sure is. Got Isaiah trying to save par. Good bid. It was a great bid. Logan also trying to save par and makes good.
Successfully
out of the day right
par.
there. Yep.
That's a great par to save after that tee shot.
It sure is.
Coda here for the lone birdie. Makes good.
Great birdie. Unfortunate bogey there for Isaiah.
I mean, in these conditions, it's going to happen. And you just have to, I feel like playing in adverse conditions is more of a mental test than anything. It's just who can keep the attitude and move on to the next shot.
Agreed. Hole number 11 is 303 feet, but plays like probably 280. It's not that far of a hole. It's blind. And the shot is, if you have a forehand, just kind of stall spike kind of thing, like up high and just let it dump down to the right, like Coda's doing right here. For me, I'd rather just go like turnover putter or turnover mid or something like that.
Something that'll land a little bit softer.
Yeah, exactly.
There is danger if you go deep, but for most people, that's not really going to be a problem. You caught some cabbage there. Well, I guess
bit.
And in the summer.
And then full on lettuce.
Yeah.
I'm in that cedar tree.
Logan's going, this is a little bit low for the traditional forehand line, but not bad.
But it worked. And I mean, it worked to the degree of getting pin high, but there's not much of a putt there.
Yeah. I feel like if it was summer and not snow, that would definitely have just skipped right down to the green.
Absolutely would have.
Isaiah early and low here. He's going harp for a second, looks like.
Up to the, was that up on the left side?
Mm-hmm. And you're
just trying to pitch up, really. There was not much of a putt there. As you can tell from Logan as well, not much of a putt there.
Yeah.
Coda, on the other hand, has a pretty good-looking putt here.
Is this inside the circle?
I would
Circle's
say
edge.
So. This is probably just inside, just outside, and you can see he knew he wanted it and just didn't extend.
I feel like that happens so much in the snow, in the cold.
It's fun, right?
But, yeah. But, I mean, pars are nothing, especially in these conditions. Pars are nothing to worry about.
Pars are great. Pars are good, man. Hole 12 is probably one of the most signature holes on the course. It's 325 foot downhill. It's the tractor hole.
It's
I love
the
this.
John Deere.
This
I
is
love this, man.
Look at that. Does that not scream Kansas disc golf right there? Come on. It's so awesome.
Where else do you see that, man? That's
You
crazy.
don't. You absolutely don't.
The shot
cool.
here is big hyzer, either righty, lefty, forehand, backhand, whatever you've got. Just send it, spike it in.
Basically
by the
like
basket.
that. Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah. Thanks,
I'm going
Coda.
felon.
It's a great example.
Lucid felon, just low. I like to keep it low with that wind
Mm-hmm.
and get it on edge to where it can play a skip. And I skipped into the rocks.
Nice.
So,
We didn't really talk about it on the front nine, but because they're more wooded. But out in the back nine here, was a very windy day.
it was.
Those flags are big flags, and they are moving. And so it's coming like a right to left headwind there. So that's why you're keeping the shots so low and really maintaining that nice nose angle into that wind.
Got Isaiah up next, and he goes full on tire mode. Bounces off that tire. I'd never seen that before. That was pretty cool.
I wish the sound had
Unfortunate.
come through better because
Yeah,
it went boink.
But what a great putt.
Solid putt,
That is an underrated putt right there. I mean, that thing
Yeah.
that is not an easy putt to make.
Oh,
as
it's
you can tell
howling right to
from
left
Logan.
headwind. Yeah.
And honestly, you want to be about where Coda's at. You don't want to be right up there kind of where I'm at
Mhm.
because it is this putt I have here is not easy.
Yeah, it kind of pinches you off if you get too close.
Yeah. I mean, like with the wind, it's like, man, just get over that rim and fall in, please. So,
Yeah.
hole number 13, 275. You can't quite tell, but you can kind of tell that you're flying over a pond right now. And I stepped up to this hole as I first drove into this park and thought, yes, this needs to be a hole.
Yeah,
Like,
it's framed up perfectly.
This has to be a hole.
Most people are
Typical
going to go
shot.
up the gut.
Yes, is straight at it, point A to point B, unless you're Coda Hatfield, in which you just go, massive big hyzer and throw it right in.
Oh,
Why
what a
not?
shot. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That was so cool. That's a line not a lot of people take either, and he just did it perfectly.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this thing. Just fighting through those trees and then never a doubt.
Never a doubt. Bottom of the bucket the whole way.
Bottom of the bucket.
That was so cool.
I'm going to more traditional line.
Mm-hmm.
Emac Truth, right at her.
I mean, that shot's okay, I guess.
It's not the best.
It's 6 feet away. It's no ace.
Yeah. Nope. And I turned around to the crowd and said, well, that wasn't very good.
I mean, by comparison,
Yeah.
Isaiah's going verdict here. Looks a little bit high. Other than that, it's the
I think
right
it
angle.
is-
It's the right line.
I think at this point in the round, Isaiah's trying to throw one in also.
Yeah.
He's trying to get that ace as well. Because there's a pretty good little ace pot out there today.
Yeah. And now the only way to split it is to hit one yourself, I guess.
That's right.
Logan, don't know whether that branch really helped him or hurt him.
Little hug there from the chains. What a great ace.
And that
So
was-
cool. And to get it on film. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
Just off the band. That's a crazy line too, because it has to like barely fight through the branches, and he clicked them like as he went by.
there's two trees you got to get around or between,
Mm-hmm.
and he successfully did so. And I get a birdie and lose a stroke.
That's crazy.
Hole 14, 379 feet, double Mando, and this is the drop zone that you're flying across, and it is tight, very
It's some
very
gap.
tight. But it's there's a line there. I've seen people get all the way to this green
Yeah.
when it's more summertime. Maybe you can
Mhm.
play that low skip shot, something flat, and not much trouble. Just the Mandos.
From back here, I don't know if you can tell, but you're actually above you're elevated above
Mhm.
where most of the fairway is. So the ceiling really comes into play there.
It does. And Coda went roller there, and unfortunately missed the Mando.
The Mando kind of seems like an afterthought, but you've got to make sure you get it.
You do. I'll take that. Wasn't a little too high, but I got a
Yeah.
couple good kicks on it, and I'm in the middle.
It's a good angle. This is a Raider from Logan Harpool
This is
here.
disgusting.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
just disgusting. Like, look at that.
Wow. I don't know how you do that. That's crazy.
I mean,
I wanted to
I don't
put
even
in just this angle of it because the disc is just perfectly flat.
look at this. Goodness.
That's so
That
great.
is fantastic. And with a Raider, too. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now. Got Isaiah up next. He just pulled this right and unfortunately
Mm-hmm.
missed the Mando.
So now I'm going up to the short pad here. Coda's going for another crazy line.
Why not?
Huge hyzer.
Seems to be working. Why not?
Might as well. I have no idea where this shot is. I know it's probably in frame. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
That actually kind of worked out. It got far enough left for him.
This was my favorite quote of the day right here.
Yeah?
From Isaiah.
Beautiful. That was Emac True. Yeah, boy.
That was Emac True.
Yeah, boy. Just dead straight. Love it.
Perfect.
Going shield once again.
You were lucky not to kick like too far left or right off of your tee shot, because if you get pinched off over there, it can be tricky.
You're pitching out. That's all there is to it.
Still very solid upshot. Logan here for 2.
This is for 2. This is for silliness, bragging rights, and he just a little low,
just off the rim.
But I'd take a drop in 3 on this hole every day I played it.
Yeah.
Or a 35-foot putt for 3 works too.
I mean,
long as it goes in.
I always say you can't have a good putt without a bad upshot. So
that's a good saying. I like that. That's a good
Not
quote.
that yours was bad. I mean, you were really far away, but
Bummer double there from Isaiah and Coda as well. So Coda was tied with me. We were tied going into this hole, and then he got a little too aggressive there and missed the Mando. So I got a couple strokes on him.
Strange to go for a roller on that tee shot.
Yeah, agreed. Hole 15 is par 3, 379 uphill. Plays more like, what would you say, 430?
Yeah, it's a smash.
So this is an old rock quarry right here, and there's this beautiful rock wall with this staircase you can see onto the right side. If you get up top, you're doing something right, right? I mean, a lot of people will probably just play this just short and then up top.
Yeah.
I'm going to list the Joel.
It takes like 300 feet of power to reach the bottom and then like 400 to get up top. Yep. This is a fantastic shot.
I just mashed on. That's the best drive I've ever had on this hole by far.
That's crazy. It's inside the circle, just pin high left.
Yep.
Logan's going Sergeant here.
Yeah, I'm going Ballistic Pro. He's going Sergeant. Like,
he throws hard.
He does. He threw that hard left into the nastiness. You don't want to be over there.
Yeah, from over there, you kind of have to throw like a overhand something or other to get out. Coda here. This has the power and the height, but just turned over a little bit too much.
I'm not sure what that disc was, if it was a Zeus or something. I know he's sponsored by Discraft. I don't know if it was a Zeus or a...
He threw a Zeus on hole 1, I think, so it might have been that one.
And then Isaiah. Beautiful shot.
Man.
Just stays up top.
If Isaiah's coming up short, you know it's a long hole.
That's a fact.
Wow, okay.
That was a great approach from nowhere.
I didn't even realize, yeah.
That's Coda down there. Almost putting it in.
He almost made that. Holy crap.
Yeah. He did almost make that. And I did not even come close to making this one.
Ooh.
I didn't kick that tree behind me. I didn't... you should always look at your surroundings, and I definitely kicked that tree right behind me. And
I just thought it was funny the way you turned around and looked at it right afterwards.
You were like waving at me.
I heard you talking. What the heck?
What'd you say? I'll take a drop in 3, though. I mean, obviously I wanted the deuce, but hole 16, par 4, 644 feet. This is a tricky hole because you got to get aggressive. If you want the perfect layup zone, you want to hug that OB on the right. And it is not easy to throw over that road because if you go OB, you're probably going to have to re-tee.
Yeah, it's a big risk reward here for the tee shot. But I mean, if you go too high, then you end up too far left.
Left in the creek, OB, or where I'm at, kind of pinched off there. And I went Bio Defender, just something stable just to get out there to the left side. Logan.
It's a good safe shot.
Yeah. He mashed on this thing.
Yeah.
I think that was a good tree. I think that might have been going creek bound or maybe across it, but it was not where he wanted to be.
Is across the creek safe?
Yes, across the creek is safe because the basket's across the creek. Otherwise, it'd be a
point.
really hard.
This is perfect shot from Coda.
Yeah,
that's the garden for sure.
That's pretty much where you want to be.
Isaiah's going defender here. That's aggressive. Might have been a good pull.
Got the tree. Yeah, probably was, but it definitely kicked him over there into no man's land.
Yeah. It's going big forehand roller.
That's not bad. And it's still rolling, it looks like.
I like that. That's perfect. It's the stamp's upright too.
How does that happen? I mean, that's insane. It was rolling and then
It's not a tombstone. I don't know.
I'm going felon and just trying to get through this gap.
Yeah,
and
you got to throw such a hyzer because you're over there on that left side. But that's a successful shot, I'd say. You got to look at it.
I was happy with it. It was not an easy putt from there. It's probably 35 feet or so uphill, maybe 40 feet uphill with some headwind.
Jeez. Logan went forehand, did not get the right action he needed. Maybe it was the wind holding him down.
Yeah.
Coda going pro Mando. That's a gap.
Yeah. Little step jumper from Isaiah. Love this huge flag on top of this basket too. It's pretty
cool. There's so many things out at this course that are just like so cool.
Right to left wind, man. That is so scary because if you expose the flight plate, see ya. Kind of like this.
Oh, yeah. As soon as your disc starts to fade, if it's not in the basket, it's going. Coda with a 3-putt.
So hard. That's something you don't see very often is a Coda 3-putt.
Yeah. Only in the snow, I guess.
Yeah, true. Gosh, you can just see that wind.
Logan's almost kind of squeaked out the left side there.
Yes, it did. Bogey there from Isaiah and a bogey from Coda as well. Hole 17, 353 feet, par 3. OB down the right, OB down the left, but OB shouldn't come into play on this hole. It really shouldn't. I could see a little skip shot and skipping out of bounds, but for the most part, it's just like I'm throwing an EMAX, so just something that goes relatively straight. Maybe an evader would be a better choice here. I just threw this a little bit low. And I think if I hit that grass instead of the snow, I would have skipped all the way to the basket.
For sure, yeah. This is one of those shots that, like, it's easy to know what to do. It's just the hardest shot in disc golf to execute. Just a straight shot. I mean, Logan did a great job there. Coda's going thumber here.
That's crazy. And it
gets
a lot of ground play here.
Yeah, and plus that left to right wind.
Yeah. OB to the right. Look at those flags. How cool is this that for the Veterans for Vets, they put up all these flags?
That
so
looks
cool.
so great, yeah.
Got Isaiah just running it.
Oh, that was
that
hunting
branch,
the basket.
You think if it misses the branch, it goes in?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
A little high, maybe?
Hard to say.
I got a weird little roll off that.
It's weird to roll on the mud. Usually they just stick.
Yeah.
This is Logan for his 2 from 35.
Solid.
Just jam.
Jammy
Not
jams.
even worried about it.
Drop in birdie. You gotta love drop in birdies.
You'll take that. Yeah, the no stress.
Who doesn't? And then this is fantastic right here.
Oh no.
I love that.
That's the worst feeling.
It's so fun.
A pretty good drive, and then man. Anyway, let's move on.
Hole 18, 400 feet through a gap. Now this gap looks massive in the winter. In the summer, it definitely closes up quite a bit, and it's uphill. And it's if you get this one, you definitely did something. You know, it's not an easy shot, but what a beautiful finishing hole. You've got natural OB all down the right side with the cedars, and then a road on the left that plays out of bounds.
So the shot is like a hyzer flip that works to the right, but can't fade.
Exactly.
So it needs to just finish straight. And the danger with throwing that
Sergeant?
shot.
Was that Sergeant again?
Was it yellow? Was it that like chartreuse color?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. That's how you miss on this hole. You get aggressive and you pull it right.
It's hard to throw something on hyzer at the left side of the gap.
Yes, absolutely. To trust it, you got to trust that disc. That's Lucid X Trespass for me.
That is piped.
Love it. I'll take that all every day.
You could have got there if you got a little bit higher, but that's gravy at that point. Like,
I'm protecting the lead at this point.
Yeah, that's a good
after
point.
the last dinker putts that I've missed. I'm trying to get through this day.
Plus, getting higher, it could fade out too. So
yeah.
Coda here went forehand off the tee and just pitching up. It plays longer than it looks because it's so far uphill.
It is so far uphill. Doesn't look it on TV, but on video. Not a bad shot there.
Almost underneath the basket. Are
I
you
did
running
really, I wanted this so bad. Yes.
this?
I
With all the
wanted it
people
so
there?
bad, yeah.
Oh, that would have been exciting.
Instead, just a boring old drop in. That stayed.
All right, no stress. Plus, I mean, you have a solid lead, and you played really well, honestly, playing in the snow.
Well, missed a couple putts, but I was very, very happy with my performance at this event.
I mean, everybody struggled in the snow, and so to push through all that, that's really impressive. So that is it for our coverage of the Veterans for Vets tournament at the farm at Quail Valley. If you'd like to look into running your own Veterans for Vets tournaments, head to veteransforvets.com, and check out the farm next time you're in Kansas, down in Winfield, Kansas. It's a fantastic course down there. Thanks for joining me.
Please do that. The farm is just, man, it's phenomenal. It's worth the whatever it is, hour or so off of I-35 to get to. It's so worth it. Trust me.
For sure. Well, thanks for joining me, EMAC, and thanks for watching.
Pleasure.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any other content from Dynamic Discs, and we'll catch you next time.